The Monetary Council has approved the reappointment of Timothy N.J. Antoine as the Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. The new 5-year term commences on Monday, February 1st. Chairman of the Monetary Council, Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris, in a press release issued Thursday by the OECS Secretariat, said of the appointment, the Council commends the Governor for his stewardship over the past 5 years, and especially over the past year. Governor Antoine has led the bank with vision, empathy, and with a keen eye for innovations that have helped to lift the people of our region. Governor Antoine thanked the Monetary Council for its support throughout his first term and its confidence reposed in him to continue to lead the bank. It is my distinct privilege, he said, to serve the governments and people of our currency union. I look forward, with the support of the Council, Board, and our team, to the implementation of the Program of Action for Recovery, Resilience, and Transformation, and the rollout of the bank's new strategic plan. Our pursuit of social-economic transformation continues. OECS Director General Dr. Didicus Jules applauded the reappointment of Governor Timothy Antoine and pointed to the many innovations that he has spearheaded at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. He said the OECS Commission looks forward to the deepening of the collaboration with Mr. Antoine as he embarks on his renewed mandate. I'm Andre Huey for Skn Newsline. Government officials, members of the clergy, and the public took time out to pray as the nation observed the National Day of Prayer on Thursday at churches across the nation. A special service was held at the Antioch Baptist Church in Limekiln, Bastille, as part of the activities in observation of National Day of Prayer. Before delivering the scripture reading, which was taken from the Old Testament in 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verses 12 to 15, Prime Minister Harris reminded the nation of the power of prayer, particularly during these difficult times.
Elijah is an example of a man who prayed fervently to God. And my wish as Prime Minister is that every family, every community in St. Kitts and Nevis would devote some time today to pray. Prayer helps all of us. And when the spirit of prayer is there in our churches, in our families, and in our communities, it certainly draws good people. That is why Paul said to his son Timothy, first of all, prayer.
Dr. Harris added that Thursday morning's service of prayer came under the shadow of COVID-19 and the devastation it has wreaked on the health of individuals and on the livelihoods of communities around the world. The St. Kitts Christian Council and the St. Kitts Evangelical Association offered special intercessory prayers for the nation's frontline workers, businesses, and unemployed persons in our society.
Lord, in your mercy, we confess, Lord, our waste and pollution of your creation and our lack of concern for those who come after us.
We extend this prayer to the elimination of gun violence, that minds and hearts that incline to engage in this heinous act will defer. Heavenly Father, you declared that whatever we bind on earth, you have already bound in heaven.
Give the heart of patriotism to every citizen, especially those in authority and administration of this nation, that we may work wholeheartedly for the good and progress of this country.
Prayers were also offered for the nation's security forces, the youth, the family, victims of gun and domestic violence, the government, leaders in society, community organizations, and the entire Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm Andre Huey for Skn Newsline. The success of Sugar Mass 49 was praised by Minister of Culture Jonelle Powell and Chairperson of the National Carnival Committee Shannon Hawley at the prize-giving ceremony held Monday at the Royal St. Kitts Hotel. Sugar Mass 49, due to COVID-19 constraints, was delivered virtually with limited audience and, according to Ms. Hawley, attracted many viewers from around the world, up to 1 million views on YouTube.
Our virtual events, as you are aware, included In the Spirit of Christmas, hosted by the Department of Culture, the official opening of Carnival, Senior Calypso Quarterfinals, Folklore Avenue, Icons, featuring our bands, the now viral Taste of Juve, which attracted over 180,000 viewers on social media, Panorama and the Senior Calypso competition, attracting in total over 750,000 viewers locally, regionally, and internationally for Sugar Mass 49. Apart from St. Kitts and Nevis, most persons followed the events from the USA, the UK, and Canada, as well as the USVI. There was high viewership from St. Martin, Antigua and Barbuda, Guyana, Anguilla, and even Jamaica. At times, persons logged on from Taiwan, UAE, Martinique, the Philippines, and even Bangladesh. In addition, the National Carnival Committee was able to also reach a significant milestone of 1 million views on its YouTube page in December 2020.
Meanwhile, Minister Janelle Powell noted the fact that when other carnivals and festivals across the Caribbean were being postponed, Sugar Mass 49 was still being delivered in one of the best productions seen in recent years.
When last year crop over in Barbados, Vincy Mass, Spice Mass in Grenada, and even Culturama next door in Nevis were all scrapped, plenty things definitely been a keep here in St. Kitts for Sugar Mass 49. The success of Sugar Mass 49 would not have been possible without the talent, creativity, and passion that the participants displayed. From the craftily penned calypsos to the harmonic melodies of the steel pan, the artistic talent of the ordinary citizen, the pulsating rhythms of the brass band, to the colorful storytelling of our folklore, all meshed to create a carnival experience, although virtual, that remains unmatched. Although the absence of the highly anticipated traditional Juve and Grand Parade, a virtual taste of Juve remained and had everyone viewing just how we Kittitians the jam.
In addition to the winners who were awarded their prizes on Wednesday, special awards were presented to stalwart Calypsonians and entertainers, Lord Cut, Mr. Whirl, and Lala, for their years of contribution to the festival and the entertainment sector. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. The U.S. Embassy in Barbados has cancelled non-immigrant visa appointments effective Thursday, January 28th, except for emergency travel. This is due to the stance taken by Barbados in lieu of COVID-19. The U.S. Secretary of State, in consultation with the Department of Homeland Security, has temporarily expanded the ability of consular officers to waive the in-person interview requirement for individuals applying for a non-immigrant visa. Previously, only those applicants whose non-immigrant visa expired within 12 months were eligible for an interview waiver. The Secretary has temporarily extended the expiration period to 24 months. This policy is in effect through March 31, 2021. This change will allow consular officers to continue processing certain non-immigrant visa applications while limiting the number of applicants who must appear at a consular section, thereby reducing the risk of COVID-19 transmission to other applicants and consular staff. At this time, applicants must be a citizen and passport holder of Barbados, Grenada, St. Lucia, and St. Kitts and Nevis to qualify. The embassy did not indicate when visa appointments will resume. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. The Emergence and Affirmation Summit, a motivational summit that will inspire you to greatness, presented by Vikish Pickering of V Creation, Sunday, January 31st at 3 p.m. at the Kuna Caribbean Conference Center. All attendees will receive affirmations and exercises for the next month that ends with a follow-up. Tickets $100. Dress code fierce and fabulous. For more information, call 765-6798 or visit www.vcreation-inspire.com. It's the Emergence and Affirmation Summit, January 31st at 3 p.m. at the Kuna Caribbean Conference Center. Come and unleash with Vikish.
For 2021, Smart Electronics is giving you the best deals you can ever imagine. From January 1st until April 30th, you will get the best deals in the entire federation. Plus, that's not all. Get extra special deals on Valentine's Day on all items store-wide, such as cell phones, 85 inches smart TVs, laptops, washing machines, refrigerators, AC units, small appliances, and much more. Visit us. We're located at Port Zante, opposite the food court, or call us at 466-4271. This promotion is valid until April 30th. Terms and conditions apply.
Caribana on Liverpool Row is your anything you want store in St. Kitts. They have a wide variety of just about everything. Ladies and men's clothing, shoes, children's clothing, toys, housewares of all kinds, small appliances like clothes heaters, microwaves, electric kettles and more, cosmetics, perfumes, cosmetic jewelry and much, much more. Their prices are unbeatable and customer service is second to none. Shop at Caribana on Liverpool Row Bastair. Call 465-1745. At Caribana, find value supplies at great prices.
Come to Vibes Beach Bar and Grill at the Frigate Bay Strip, your place for the best selection of local dishes. Join us for lunch. Mahi-mahi, barbecue ribs, fresh caught snapper, salmon, lobster, and our world-famous Vibes wings at economically sound prices. Dinner is served from the deck or the golden sands of the Frigate Bay Beach. Join us for birthdays, business meetings, or just for fun in a family-friendly environment. Open daily from 11 a.m. Vibes Beach Bar and Grill. Great food, hospitality, entertainment, and good vibes. Call 465-8423 for reservations and inquiries.
I feel good.
Following initial successes in keeping COVID-19 numbers under control, several Caribbean nations are now confronted with a sharp and sustained spike in cases. The Executive Director of the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, Dr. Joy St. John, says this may be the result of complacency on the part of some of the region's governments during their quest to get their tourism sectors up and running.
Are those measures in place all the time? Because COVID just needs a little chink in your armor and it's in. So not necessarily have the measures for safe return to tourism being applied. I think people were lulled into a false sense of security because earlier in the 2020 year, people would have done things and gotten away with it. And so some of the measures for safe return to tourism were not properly applied.
Dr. Joy cautions against the collapse of the nation's healthcare sectors, which she says underpin the economy and the general welfare and functioning of the societies.
We do not want to overwhelm the health services, and it's not just because it's the sector that I come from, but it is also the sector that supports the well-being and development of the whole country. If the health services are overwhelmed, it is difficult to maintain economic activity. People will be sick. People will be out because of quarantine. So we have to measure our response at this critical juncture so we do not have a situation of spread that is out of control.
The Caribbean is one of the most tourism-dependent regions of the world. That reality has led some of the governments of the region to open up to visitors from high-risk COVID-19 source markets like the United States and the United Kingdom at a time when other places kept their borders closed to those visitors. This decision, according to CARPHA, may have largely contributed to the significant upsurge in COVID-19 numbers. Stanley Lucian for the HTS News Force.
Police say Nicholas Graham, a resident of Rocky Point, Clarendon, could assist them in a high-level probe following the mysterious crash landing of a plane in the coastal community at the weekend. Earlier Wednesday, the police interviewed Graham in relation to the matter. Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime and security, Fitz Bailey, says Graham was taken into custody and his property searched, acting on intelligence.
Mr. Graham was actually questioned today by the police under caution, and a determination will be made later on whether or not he remained with us or he will be released.
However, in an interview with CVM Live Sunday, Graham says he was unfairly treated and frequently targeted by the police, even prior to the crash landing.
I don't know them getting in my house. I never leave no door open. I left my gate locked. When I come, my room door open, everything ransacked.
Meanwhile, on Tuesday, residents alerted CVM Live to a protest in the area following Graham's detention. They insist that he has no part in the recent development in the community.
Me a pity set mother, I mean know him to that. How wicked they wicked. Plain and round there, so we pity if you did. Him man in a bed, he knock more than night. Him a man, me a woman, and he afraid more than me.
They're also alleging that the lawmen stole money Graham had in the house, a claim DCP Bailey says is being investigated. Despite the residents professing Graham's innocence, DCP Bailey says the police will go wherever the evidence leads.
We are not in any way intimidated by demonstration, organized demonstration for self-interest. We will continue to be objective in what we do.
Christine Forbes, CVM Live.
Respecting COVID-19 precautions, Secretary of State Antony Blinken struck an optimistic chord on his first day on the job.
It's a new day for America. It's a new day for the world.
Later in the day, Blinken faced reporters for the first time in his new role. Asked which actions taken by the Trump administration are at the top of his list for review, Blinken said he is particularly focused on sanctions on the Houthis that might be hindering humanitarian aid to the people of Yemen.
It's vitally important, even in the midst of this crisis, that we do everything we can to get humanitarian assistance to the people of Yemen who are in desperate need.
Asked about China, Blinken said he agreed with the previous administration's condemnation of Beijing's treatment of Uyghur Muslims.
My judgment remains that genocide was committed against the Uyghurs, and that hasn't changed.
Good morning, everyone. On Capitol Hill, China was also a focal point at a nomination hearing for President Joe Biden's nominee to be the next U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Linda Thomas Greenfield. The career diplomat sought to allay concerns that she might not be tough enough on China at the United Nations.
And Senator, if I'm confirmed, I commit to working with this committee to counter China at the UN, to fight against all efforts by the Chinese government to add harmful language to the UN resolutions.
Thomas Greenfield said China's success on the international stage depends on America's withdrawal from world leadership, adding that will not happen on her watch. Cindy Sain, VOA News, Washington.
South Africa has called for a fairer global distribution of COVID vaccines, telling the BBC that Britain and other wealthier nations will not be safe until everyone is safe. Britain has moved to restrict travellers from South Africa because of an aggressive new mutation of the virus there. But one of South Africa's top scientists has said that that move is silly. Our Africa correspondent Andrew Harding reports now from Johannesburg.
Live samples of COVID-19 are handled in a secure South African laboratory. Scientists here are racing to understand more about a sudden surge of mutations. The virus has already become far more infectious. There are signs it may also have at least some resistance to current vaccines.
When we look at the 501Y V2 variant...
But South Africa's leading COVID expert told me his biggest concern was that the virus is clearly mutating so fast.
We're going to see this occurring much more commonly. I think that's the message. And if it's going to occur more commonly, we're going to have to ensure that our vaccines are able to neutralize them. Because if they're not, that means we're back to square one.
Right now, South African hospitals are battling a huge second wave of infections, a wave driven by the new mutations. But scientists here have criticised today's move by Britain to restrict travellers from South Africa, saying there's no point in singling out countries or even regions.
I find quite almost like silly, this trying to block a country, because we know how fast this virus spreads and how many places.
So by the time you try to block visitors from one country, it's too late.
That's what the pandemic showed.
And there's another key point that South Africa is making today about the rollout of vaccines, urging richer nations not to be selfish, not to hoard supplies, because if that happens, then the virus will remain free to keep circulating and mutating and threatening all of us.
So fundamentally, there's a mistaken belief by some countries that they can vaccinate their populations and that they'll be safe. It simply is not true. In this world that we live in with this coronavirus, no one is safe until everyone is safe.
Can the world show that kind of unity? Here in South Africa, more than 100,000 deaths are now being linked to the pandemic. A fast mutating virus requires an aggressive and collective global response. Andrew Harding, BBC News, Johannesburg.
Stay abreast with news on St. Martin with SMN News. Visit www.smn-news.com for up-to-date news, scoops, opinions, and hard-hitting facts. SMN News, we tell it like it is. Visit our website www.smn-news.com.
It's the new and improved Skn Newsline Android mobile app. With the Skn Newsline app, you can watch your news reports, the Skn Newsline Newscast, sports, special features, and so much more. You can also send us a WhatsApp or call us directly. Go in the Google Play Store, search Skn Newsline, and download the app today. The Skn Newsline mobile app. News on the go. For the finest in pastries and baked products, your only choice has to be Bryden's Bakery, located on Main Street, New Road, St. Peters. They offer the best in breads, cakes, cheesecakes, cupcakes, cookies, and much more. Visit their cafe and savor breakfast sandwiches, coffee, espresso, and ice cream. Bryden's Bakery also specializes in a variety of healthy breads, cakes, cookies, pies, and pastries for all your special events. Call 667-1505. Opening hours 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Sundays for Ice Cream Sundays. Bryden's Bakery, simply the best.
Banners, commercial signs, decal printing, canvas prints, license plates, posters. We at Multigraphics are dedicated to providing quality products and service to our customers. Our team takes pride in the craftsmanship and is passionate about its work. Every job, large or small, is important. Most of our customers come to us through referrals. That's because our number one priority is service. We serve a wide variety of customers, such as restaurants, retail stores, manufacturers, trucking companies, and many more. Our capabilities include design, production, and installation. How can we help? We are located at Bird Rock at the Woods Right compound. Call us at 869-763-1511 or 784-491-7599. Multigraphics.
On behalf of management and staff of Auto Plus, we want to wish you a Happy New Year and a prosperous 2021.
Located on the College Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Bring your car to Auto Plus Car Wash to remove water stains, wiper marks. Get your doors, roof panel cleaned, seat floor mats, buffing, headlights, and engine wash. You get quality service at the best price at Auto Plus Car Wash. They really care for your car. Call 765-5140 or visit them on the College Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Auto Plus Car Wash, where service is number one.